Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we are going to do a Q&A based on questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram. I do love these kinds of videos, tags, Q&As, just sitting and talking. I love those probably more than anything, just being able to review something or just talk to you or answer questions as opposed to actually, getting in my face doing makeup. What is one of your favorite memories of Christmas? One that stands out the most? One would be kind of like tradition, right? We would go every Christmas Eve. We would go to my cousin's house and the grown-ups would play cards. And, we'd all open our gifts for each other over there on Christmas Eve. And then us kids would go to the back and we would call up people and crank call them. Now this, of course, was before call waiting. So people didn't know who was calling them on the phone. And we would call them on the phone and do things like pretend we were a radio station and, if you can guess this tune, then you win, X amount of dollars. And then we play like Silent Night on the organ. Remember those organs that were like that big and you plugged them in and, Now you know that they knew we were just a bunch of kids and they hadn't really won anything. Or we'd call them up and we'd be like, hey, is your refrigerator running? And they'd be like, yes, it is. Why? We need to go catch it. We'd call up all kinds of places and be like, yeah, can you page bend over? And oh my gosh, our poor parents. Because my sister and I, we were in baton and, and then, of course, you took other supplemental classes like, you'd do a seminar in ballet or whatever so that you would be more graceful, or whatever. And my cousins, they were in tap. The lack of showmanship and entertainment in our family was not lacking. So when we would get together over there on Christmas Eve, we would make up a show that they all had to watch in the living room. I think back on that now and I'm like, man, they were probably like, isn't it enough that we watch you at your competitions? We have to watch you tonight too. They never said that. They were good parents. But so, you had those. That sticks out a lot. I've already said before the Chrissy doll. Do you remember Chrissy? The doll Chrissy, like you push in her belly button and her hair grows and then you turn the thing on the back, a knob on the back of her, and her hair goes back into her head so she can have short hair or long hair. And I think I've already told that story that, that Christmas I got that doll out and I pulled her hair all the way out so that it'd be long and then took scissors and cut it off. I absolutely was that kid. The whole purpose of the doll. The first thing that popped in my head after that was these lounging pajamas. The Christmas that I got those lounging pajamas. They were silk or silky. Maybe they weren't silk. They just felt silky. And the top was purple. And the bottoms were like these elephant legs. You know what I'm talking about? Like the big legs that are like as big at the top as they are at the bottom. And if you stand together, they kind of look like a skirt. But they were paisley and just these wild colors of purple, and it was the 70s, okay? And I loved those. I thought I was the cat's meow. I thought I was it. I was just a kid, but I thought I was, I don't want to say sexy, but I thought I was it with those pajamas. So I think that one stands out, the year that I got those. And maybe I was 12. If you won the lottery, what would be the first thing that you would do? This is easy. I've always said this, that we talk about this from time to time. What if you won the lottery? What would you do? I would take care of my children and make sure that they had a place that they could live. Now we're talking about a big lottery here, okay? That their house, nothing fancy, nothing fancy for us either. And then after that, I've always wanted to have like an organization where there was this person when I was very much younger, like maybe in my teens or 20s, and you would write in, they were a millionaire or something, and you would write in and tell them what you needed money for, and then they would give it to you. I always wanted to be able to do that. Ever since then, ever since I was really young, I always thought, My gosh, wouldn't it be nice if somebody was just like, I lost my job and I'm this much in arrears on my credit cards. I'm about to lose my house and, we don't have any food and just all these terrible things have happened. And you're just really, you need a leg up. You need a hand, a helping hand. You need somebody that can bless you. And I always said, I would love to have an organization like that and where you would take and make this person whole, wipe their debts, give them a fresh start. And that's what I would like to do. I don't know that I could do that because how could you decide? That's the thing that I was always like, how do you pick just one person? But that's what I would like to do. I would like to be able to help people who have just really fallen on hard times and they're willing to work. They just need a little help. How did fritziness come to be? Okay, well, when Glitzy Fritzy has always been the name of the channel because I'm kind of spazzy, fritzy, all over the place. And of course, I like things that are glitzy. In my old videos, and please don't go watch them. I'm going to delete the whole year. First year, I'm going to delete it all, I swear. No. In those videos, I was like, fritziness wasn't separated out of it. It was just one thing. Where like I'm just annoying in the middle of the videos. I'm just being me. But I'm a spaz, okay? Like I'll be on this and then I know what's going on in my head, but you don't. So I'm going on a journey with you. And my mom always called these merry moments. And you have to speak merry to follow along with a merry moment. So like I would be doing my videos and then, maybe I'm off on something else. Maybe in the middle of this, I want to go,
a wild thing. Do, 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 you make my heart sing. Do, 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 you make everything groovy.
Well, and you'll be like, where did that come from? What did that have to do with what you were just talking about? Absolutely nothing. It had nothing to do with what I was just talking about. I don't know where my mind went, but it switched gears, it jumped tracks. My choo-choo left the station. So in the beginning, whenever this would happen, in some of these older videos, I would put along the bottom, merry moment, okay? Because I just went somewhere, went to the Bahamas, but now I'm back. And so then I was looking at my statistics and I noticed that people were leaving. Okay, now I have learned a little bit more about analytics and stuff and how to read these than I did back then. I don't know that everybody is really leaving a video. I think what's happening is they're watching it on double time. So it looks to the person that's looking at their analytics like people are leaving. And I knew this couldn't be the case all the time anyway, because you guys knew things you wouldn't know unless you'd finished the video. So I think what was going on was you'll be like, come on, get to the point. And so you're speeding up the video because I am droning on and on and on like I am right now. Anyway, I thought at that time, maybe it would work out better. Maybe my statistics would be better and people would stick around for more if I was serious during the video and then just kept those merry moments for the end. Speed them up, call them bloopers. There you go. So that's how fritziness came to be. What are some of your family's Christmas traditions? Oh man, I should have thought about these answers before I came here because I know that there's going to be something that I'm forgetting about. Christmas Eve, we celebrate instead of at my cousin's house. Now we do that at my sister's house with extended family, and then Christmas Day is reserved for immediate family. It's changed a little bit. In the last couple of years, my mom hasn't been able to cook Christmas dinner anymore, and so my sister and I, we still want to have Christmas at our parents' house. That's a tradition that as long as they're here, we would like to continue to have Christmas at my mom and dad's, but that's where dinner is also. So what we've been doing is splitting up the dishes, and me and my sister take them there, and we eat what we took to my mom and dad's instead of my mom making the whole thing. But, I don't know. It's just we get up, we do our Christmas here with each other at our respective houses. Then around noon, we go over to my mom and dad's house where we have Christmas there, and everybody opens their presents there, and then we eat dinner, and then after dinner, we clean up and play games. And then after dessert, we clean up, divvy up leftovers, go home, and do it again the next year. So really, that's about it. What is your favorite Christmas movie that you have to watch every Christmas? That I have to watch it, I can't not watch it. It's easy. It's a Wonderful Life. That's the one that me and Shy Guy cuddle up and watch every single Christmas, no matter what. No matter what, we're not going to miss that, and we're not going to miss Christmas Vacation. What are your favorite hobbies? My favorite hobbies I don't really do anymore. I used to love to cook from scratch, and when I say that, I mean like pasta. If I'm making you a lasagna, I'm making the lasagna noodle sheets first. You know, I love to cook. I can't really cook like that anymore. My back can't take standing for long periods of time. So I used to crochet, but I don't really crochet anymore either. When I was a kid, I used to even collect stamps, but that stamp collection didn't make it through a flooded basement once, so that's gone. I used to bowl, can't bowl anymore. I don't think I really have a hobby anymore. How many children do you have? Do you have any grandchildren? Are you still doing keto? And I hope that your neighborhood vandal situation has ended. We have 5 children and 6 grandchildren. Am I still doing keto? Well, I have added carbs back, not full force. I mean, I make sure that I try and stick within the 60-100 max carbs a day range. Probably if I started to pick up weight, I would go right back to what I was doing with keto. But I like where I'm at right now, which is just really watching and staying low carb. As far as the vandal situation, oh my gosh. Now, here we are on this street. On this side and on this side of us are courts. Okay? The vandal people, they live on this court. And then they evidently have actual rival people that they already knew and don't like who moved to the other court. And every Saturday night, I swear I'm not making this up, every Saturday night, the people on this court cut through our yard, go over to this court and fight with the people on this court, and you can hear them. And we're not used to that because I live in a sleepy old neighborhood, and the police don't want to do anything about it because they don't want people thinking that it's for a different reason. Okay, we just can't even talk about all of that. Just know that no, I am considering that maybe we should try and buy another house and move away because we just so tired of it. Every time I turn around, the police are out front with their lights going, and I'm like, what's going on now? So no, it hasn't really stopped. We just try and stay in and keep out of it. Do you like to cook? Do you bake? If so, what are your favorites to make? Okay, I kind of touched on that on the hobby thing. So I used to love to cook. Loved it. If you asked in the family, what am I the best at? They probably would say Italian food. And I love to make pasta. Desserts, I guess of all the desserts, I'm better at pie than anything. But I don't like baking as much as I like cooking, and I think it's because I myself prefer like food to dessert. Now, the older I've gotten, the more I do like dessert, but like, let's say we went through a buffet and I had a choice between mac and cheese and, I don't know, chocolate cake. I'm going to pick the mac and cheese every time. Anything with cheese. So I'm not a real big sugar sweet kind of person. Desserts aren't the thing that drive me crazy. It's like macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes and gravy, rolls, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I'm weak with. could we see your wedding pic with Shy Guy? I don't know if you guys remember, this time last year we had water damage in the house. In the closet where the albums and stuff were, that got cleared out, and I can't find what I did with the stuff that was in the closet, including the wedding albums. But look at this. I'm thrilled to show you this. Look what I found. I've been looking for this for a couple of years. Look. Look what I found. Now, it's hard telling where I will find the wedding album because I found this in old tax papers. Mom, look what I've got. I have been looking for this and crying over this for a couple of years. To the one I love. This is a Valentine. It's from my papa to my grandma, and there's the year, 1938. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I had this somewhere. So I just found this, and I've been looking for this for a couple of years. And it was with the tax papers. So, and not only did I find this with tax papers, but the tax papers I found them with were from like 20 years ago. What the heck? I don't know. So, no, you can't, because I don't know where I put them. Shy Guy sure was handsome. I mean, he's still handsome, but I mean, unlike me, he's aged. How does Shy Guy feel about me being on Instagram and YouTube? I know you're the boss, but I had to ask. LOL, enjoy your vacation. Yes, I am the boss. No, I tell people, he's the head of the house, but I the neck. I the neck girl that turns that head. So I the boss, but he don't know it. To tell the truth, I don't think he knows what Instagram is. I don't think he understands or even knows that that's a thing, or that I'm on it. He does know about the YouTube channel, obviously. He occasionally, like maybe 5 or 6 times in the last, how long have I been here? 6 years or something? How long have I been on YouTube? He has said things like, you know, you spend too much time doing that, or whatever. And then I say, okay, if you don't want me to do it, I'll stop. And you can pay the bills that it's paying. And then he says, no, it's okay. So the things that bother him aren't the things that you would think they would be. It's not that he thinks it takes away from me and him. What bothers him is when I get stressed out. It's when it gets me to the point where I'm sick or I'm stressed out, or like when I get too fatigued because there's too much. And that can be too much to do that I can't sleep, too much to get rid of because I get anxiety when I have too much makeup in here. If there's too much makeup in here, I got to give it away. I got to get rid of it because it stresses me out. I know that you've mentioned before that you can't see without your glasses. What mirror would you recommend to somebody like me who cannot see anything at all without my glasses? I would suggest that you get a really good mirror that is a 1x and a 10x. I know a lot of ladies like a 5x magnification mirror. I think that the 10x is more valuable to be able to see what other people can't see. Helps me more than a 5x. I have a 5x in my bedroom. I use it at night when I put on my skincare, but I would never trust that level of magnification to actually say, yes, this is okay. So like right now I look over in the monitor and I think I look okay there. If I flip over to a 10x and look, I'm going to go, ah! So if I feel like I look acceptable in the 10x, then I'm going to look pretty good to the naked eye. Here's what I do. I have a Zadro 1x 10x magnification mirror, vanity mirror with a light on the actual vanity. I also have a mirror that I hold in my hand. It's a 10x and a 1x. What I do is I look in the mirror that's lighted on the 1x. Then I will take this 10x magnification mirror and I will use my brushes to do my face. Okay, I can see in the 10x that I have a little bit of fallout here that you can't see, or I hope you can't see anyway. I just wiped that away because I've been playing and rubbing my eyes, and so now I've gotten mascara fallout underneath here. All right, so then what I would do is I would do my makeup in the 1 by as I'm looking, and in the 10 by that I'm holding, I'm doing my eyeshadow and, you know, whatever. I only do this for my eyes though. Then I'm constantly flipping back and forth. I will flip the 10 by magnification with the light on it to look at my foundation and make sure that I haven't like left this area unblended or whatever, because I will do that because I can't see what I'm doing. I need the 10 by to see. Once everything is looking pretty good blended wise in the 10 by, I know it looks good in the 1 by. I know that I will look fine to someone who's talking to me like this distance that we are, because I looked at it in a 10 by magnification mirror. I was satisfied there. So I use this in conjunction with that to see what I'm doing, because without my glasses I can't. So what you see me doing during a get ready with me oftentimes doesn't really look that good. It's because I can't pay that close attention to what I'm doing. I think I look far better in videos like today, where I can take my time in the mirror and actually flip back and forth to see what I'm doing. I would suggest that you do that. You get a lighted makeup mirror that is a 1 by and a 10 by and a handheld, and go back and forth between them when you're getting ready. What is your favorite movie of all time? Do you like movies, old movies from the 40s and the 50s? Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Favorite movie of all time. I've always said, so I might as well stick with it, that it's Somewhere in Time. I love that movie. I watch it 2 or 3 times a year. So that's from the 80s. It has Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour in it. And it's about a guy that travels back in time. It's hard to explain. But it's a love story. I love that movie so much. I thought Jane Seymour was her most beautiful in that movie. Other movies that I watch a lot, Bohemian Rhapsody. I love that movie. I've probably seen that movie 50 times. There's a lot of movies that I love, but do I love the old movies from the 40s and the 50s? Not as much as Shy Guy. He loves the old movies, and I've just recently started tiptoeing into movies. Anything with Audrey Hepburn. I love Audrey Hepburn. I just bought My Fair Lady because I love My Fair Lady. I know everybody's favorite is Breakfast at Tiffany's, and I really like that, but I really love Roman Holiday. But musical-wise, I love My Fair Lady. Cary Grant, Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn, Shirley MacLaine. I've been, over the last couple of years, tiptoeing into these older black and white movies. And under the right circumstances, I do enjoy them. But I think I really kind of love them more when I'm watching them with him. Because he loves, like we watched Spencer Tracy. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of Captain Courageous. Is that the name of it? I loved that. And I loved watching it with him. There's another one that I just saw not that long ago, and it had Cary Grant. I think it was Cary Grant in it. And I'm going to have to look that one up. He was in a car. They're ghosts. But nobody, I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know what it is. I love that one. We've been really watching a lot of Danny Kaye lately, and he loves this. He loves that he's going to introduce me to it, and I just let him go. I know who Danny Kaye is, but I just let him think he's teaching me something. But yeah, I do love those under the right circumstances. I got to be in the mood for it. But yeah, I do like the older movies. If you could go anywhere just to shop, where would you go? Likewise, if you could do the same just to eat, where would that be? One of the things that I've always wanted to do was go to New York. I want to go to New York, and I want to shop, and I want it to be in the winter. I want to shop New York in the winter. I want to see Times Square. That would be where I would want to go. Money's no object. Everything's completely normal. No mask situation. It would be New York. And if I could go someplace to eat, just to eat, where would that be? Probably St. Elmo's. St. Elmo's is a restaurant downtown Indianapolis that has been there since, I think, 1910? Maybe 1902. I think it's maybe 1902. Gosh, you'd think I'd know this. And I love it. I love St. Elmo's, but I don't want to pay. That's the problem with me and St. Elmo's, is I don't want to pay for the food at St. Elmo's. But celebrities fly in from all over the country to eat at St. Elmo's. And we used to go there for our anniversary. And then the last time we went, it was like, this costs way too much. We don't need to be doing this. So maybe St. Elmo's, I don't know, maybe I would even want to try. Maybe I'd want to just eat pizza in New York, just to see, is New York pizza really better than pizza you can get anywhere else? I don't know. Who has better pizza, Chicago or New York? I don't know. Anyway, I really enjoyed doing this. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that you guys know that you are the best part of the Fritzy family, and that if you're not having a blessed day, all you got to do to turn it around is go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Or, call the bowling alley if you're like, hey, do you guys have 10-pound balls? Yeah, we do. How do you walk? I don't think that was something I should have put in here. Bend over. Is there a bend over here? And we'd be like, that was probably attractive. Hang on, I think I blew snot everywhere. What are some of your families? And not a baby. Oh my gosh, please tell me that some of you sit in a room by yourself and crack up for another one. Lay ho, little fish, don't cry, don't cry. Lay ho, little fish, don't cry. What is it? Oh, it's driving me crazy.